Well, well, well. It's been a while. Here I am. I know for our podcast listeners and past YouTube watchers, I've had a lot of people that are like, where the crap are you, man? We want you to come back. So I guess by some demand, here I am. I can't say by popular demand because I don't know how many people wanted me back, but here I am. I am back. And it is cold. It's like, I don't know, 20 something degrees today. It was really cold last night. It's gonna be like 9 degrees tonight. Terrible. Our hot water froze yesterday briefly. We got up, we had no hot water in the kitchen, laundry room, areas like that. And I've got to water the chickens, and that's what I was afraid of. I don't know if y'all can see that. I had unhooked this, thought I had it drained out pretty good. It would appear that I did not. Whew, that wind is brutal. Oh, this is the bathroom. I guess I gave y'all a tour last year, I think. We got a lot of stuff in here right now because we did our Christmas thing. You can see my old tree. My wife's been like begging me to get this tree out of here because it's just dead now. But this is inside the farm store. Got a lot of plans. Still, like I said last year. Here's kind of what we got left. See, we got some eggs. We do not refrigerate these eggs, and they've got a date on them. My wife put some on there. Some of you might be like, don't refrigerate them. But see, this was 1-4. But you can, if you don't clean them when you get them, the chickens, I'm no expert on this, but the chickens, like a film is put around the egg. And it won't go bad for, I mean, honestly, we've kept them for like a month. We've used them that were probably over a month out of old, or since they were laid. And you can check them by doing a float test where we take just a cup of water, you put an egg in it, and you want it to sink. And if it sinks, then it should be good. If it floats, it's bad because then it's got an air pocket in it. So, you know, yeah, we don't wash them. If you ever wash them, then you got to refrigerate them. So we don't wash them unless they're just really dirty, and then we have to refrigerate them. We got some cool stuff. I'm going to show you guys a lot more of this year. This is Granny's chili sauce. My wife's great aunt, her name was Edith. They called her Granny, and she actually was Granny Hanks. She married a Hanks. She passed away. She was 99 years old. But me and her always kind of poked fun because we're the Hankses, and we'd always be like, well, you know, we're the best ones in the family over here, joking around at my in-laws and stuff. But that's her recipe. This is Big T's Cowboy Candy. This is my dad's recipe. Cowboy candy, it's bad to the bone. And I don't know, guys, something I am kicking around the idea of, and one of my big goals is I actually do want to start selling online some of our products. And the cowboy candy, the chili sauce, that's 2 for sure. Chili sauce, you might not have ever heard of. Some of you may have heard of chow chow, which you put it on like black-eyed peas and stuff. It's really good. We got our famous pickled okra, and just regular pickles there. Like I said, I don't have any of our sauerkraut because we are out of it, but that's our number one thing is sauerkraut. We absolutely sell out of sauerkraut. We're gonna go much, much, much harder into sauerkraut this year. And there's our crocks that we make it in. We got 2 12s. That's what we cook it in right now, or age it in. And we're actually looking to add about probably 2 more crocks to that, and gonna expand, not a lot. So big plans, guys, big plans. Definitely gonna look into hopefully adding some beef cattle to the mix, and having fresh beef out of the store, but I want it to be pretty high-end steaks. I had considered Wagyu, going the route of Wagyu, but I'm actually leaning now towards more of a black baldy, that Angus Hereford mix. I feel like you kind of, from the research I've been doing, it seems like you can kind of get a good best of both worlds in there. So some of you may know we had tomatoes out there in the front. We're going to drastically cut back on the tomatoes and focus on, we had a lot. We had like 250 tomato plants last year. They did okay, but it was so many that we struggled to keep up with those along with everything else we had going. So we're gonna cut down to probably about 30 tomato plants, which we primarily grew them really to use for the salsa and stuff in the store. But we're gonna cut down to probably 30 plants where we can really focus on those. And honestly, I actually think we'll get a better output, because my dad, which he has a very green thumb, and he is the best tomato grower that I know. He had 1/8 of the plants that we had, and he probably got double the tomatoes off of them. Big, I mean, beautiful tomatoes. So we're gonna cut back and really focus on them. The watermelons, we're gonna keep doing those. We're gonna increase our cucumbers. And out here, our blackberries did great. The blueberries, they didn't do a whole lot, but I'm gonna put a little extra fertilizer to them this year. And still ain't quite figured out these fruit trees. This is our little peach orchard. I don't even know if you can see the trees, which it's winter time. They're dormant right now anyways. But they did not do well. They looked terrible. From people that I've talked to, peach trees are a pain in the butt. If you got tips on peach trees, feel free to comment them below. I did spray like neem oil on them to try to help with the bugs, because the little Japanese beetles were terrible on there, but the neem oil did kill them. And we got some apple trees over there. We got like 40 something apple trees. I don't think they're gonna be that bad. They seem to do pretty well. And even when we had a little bit of issue with some of them, they actually greened back up and did okay. So again, those are kind of a long term, you know, you're thinking 3 to 5 years before you get anything out of those. We're branching out into some kind of new territory. And today I'm actually going to experiment making some candles out of beef tallow. I want to make a bunch of candles to have available to sell in the store. And candles, and even getting into lotions, even getting into like salves, like chest salves, like natural icy hots. We're going into that kind of, call it hippie if you want to, but that more natural stuff. We're trying to use beef tallow as much as we can. And yeah, that's kind of our big focus right now. We want to make products and things rather than just sell produce. In my area, you drive through town and you'll pass, I mean, just in Tipton County, there's probably 5 or 6 different places you can buy produce. Maybe even more than that. And that's not including grocery stores. Like, there's people selling sweet corn now on every corner, pumpkins on every corner, tomatoes on every corner. And, but you know, one of the things that they're not doing, they don't have the recipes that we have. Everybody has their own recipes for things. Our sauerkraut is, in my opinion, unmatched. And that's kind of one of our strong suits. And so kind of going into these, finding different niches we want to fill, and that's where we want to go. And again, I've always urged everyone, like, find your niche, kind of go in there, and the products versus produce is one of the things we want to go more in. And I mean, look, we had people asking for tons of produce last year. We're gonna have some produce. I'm not saying we won't have any, but it's not gonna be our primary focus. So let me show you guys what I'm scheming up here. Got stuff laid out here on the island. I do not have a good supply yet of my tallow. Eventually, you know, I'd like to actually get that from our own cattle whenever we get them processed, but we're not quite there yet. So I am using store-bought tallow. I've been talking to some of my local grocery stores trying to get a hookup on some, but using this, and I even ordered a big 16-pound thing of some as well, but bought these dirt cheap whiskey glasses. So that'd be cool. We'll put them in a whiskey glass. I'm actually gonna turn the oven on, stick those in there. Got our different wicks here. Got some wood wicks. I don't know, all different stuff. I don't know anything about this. I don't know anything about candles. I'm not particularly a candle guy normally, so I'm learning as I go here. But did get some scents ordered from this place called Bulk Apothecary. They got like 1,000 candle smells and oils, and so a ton of different stuff to choose from. I got the pot here. That's the tallow. I've done scooped it out of, I had them too, scooped it out of there, put it in this little pan. You can see it is starting to melt. I don't know if I have to use the water with this, but that's how I'm doing it. That'll get melted. Once it's melted pretty good, then I'll take some of my scent, mix it up. I got a few that I'm kind of mixing together, experimenting here, like Cuban tobacco and old time barbershop. It smelled pretty cool together. Cedar, leather, midnight vanilla smelled good together. So I'm gonna mix those together and try it. Again, I don't even know how much this is gonna make. I do gotta turn the oven on. I harp on the necessity for other revenue streams. And you know, it's funny, as a kid or a teenager, I probably would have been like, making candles, man, that's gay or something. But dude, at this point, it's all about the revenue, for this generating revenue, especially for the store, and having products that we can have in the store. And candles are a very good product that they're very easy to make, from what I've seen. This is, again, kind of the trial run. See that tallow is really melting down pretty good in there. Get it melted down, I'll put the oil in there. But again, like I said, trial run, guys. Gonna test it out, see how they do. I have very little money in this right here. Like, even the scents were not expensive, and tallow is cheap. I mean, obviously you can get cheaper tallow, which will be the goal, to get cheaper tallow. But these glasses were literally $1. Bought them at Pop Shelf. They'd never been in there before. They cost $1 a piece. So yeah, I was like, that'll be cool little things. That little container here, it was at, my wife goes to Hobby Lobby a bunch, and they had like a candle kit that had this thermometer, some wicks. I don't even know what this is. Yeah, I don't know if that's maybe it's wax. I don't know what that is. It came in that thing, but I didn't use it. She's getting melted down pretty good. So I've been basically watching YouTube videos on how to do this. It seems like once I get it melted down, I'll then add my oil in there, kind of stir it and mix it up, and then pour it into, you do want these to be hot. Pour it in there, and I'll place the wick. I'll video that. That's what I got these pins here for. Put them there, and that holds the wick in place. Pour the stuff in there, and you just let it sit for a while. I don't know, it's pretty cool making stuff like this, guys. We've actually made soap. My wife and I made some soap out of beef tallow. We got to tweak it a little bit. It's something else we want to keep making, but we got to tweak it because it would kind of dry you out. So I got to put a little extra oil of some type in there. But trying to make the natural stuff. You can charge a premium for it because it's natural. All right, the tallow's melted, and I got to let it cool just a little bit, and then we'll put in our stuff. I'm mixing cedar leather with midnight vanilla. It's kind of, I don't know, it's weird, and I don't know if I'm doing this right. Again, this is, who knows, but I kind of hold them together up under my nose, and they smell really good together. It's kind of a cool, I don't know, cedar leather, and vanilla is actually kind of a masculine color, or not color, masculine scent. Because most bourbon has a kind of a higher vanilla note to it. So I was like, it ought to pair good with the leather cedar thing. And I'm using the wood. I'm gonna try out these wood wicks with the whiskey glasses. So I've got them in the oven here. They should be getting toasty. Yeah, got them up in there. If you can see them. I just got it on 275, letting them get warm. And I don't know how much I need to let this cool. But I'll let it cool a little bit. Because I think if I understand right, you can kind of scorch your scent. And you don't want to scorch scent, man. That wouldn't be cool. I think it takes a good bit of drops. For people wondering, like, that's about 15 ounces of tallow in there. There was probably an ounce, maybe 2, so it's 15 to 16 ounces. I might put 50, I don't know if I need to put, since I'm doing 2 scents, if I need to do like 50 of one and 50 of the other, so it kind of, that's kind of what I'm thinking. That's what I'm gonna try. Might be so freaking fragrant that it like singes your nostrils. Would you just go take a crap somewhere? Huh? Penny, you look like you're up to no good. What'd you do? Let's see here. 1, 2, whoa, that goes out pretty fast. That was like 4, 5. All right, let me put the camera down. I'll put this in here. I have put 100 drops each. So 100 of the leather, 100 of the vanilla in there. It smells pretty good. Like, it's got a scent to it. It still kind of has a beef tallow smell, but I think they say it kind of goes away, so we're about to find out. I'm sure that's part of the process of figuring out the tallow candles, because people probably aren't going to really want that tallowy scent. So got to figure that out. But I'm about to get glass out. I might. Well, hell, I mean, these things weren't expensive, and I think she got them at Hobby Lobby. I was gonna say I may not want to use my wood wicks on here in case these suck, but got more. I'd used all we got in the pot. I'm gonna rinse that off before it kind of dries and sets up. But it looks really nice, and it will actually, obviously that will dry and it'll turn white as it sets up, and you'll get that pretty white candle look to it. But that'd be kind of cool. It's got a kind of a masculine, like I say, that cedar vanilla scent to it. Trying to get the wicks, which these first ones will be most likely ours, just for testing purposes. But I think it'll be pretty cool. After it dries really good, I'll cut some of that wick off so it's not so tall. But yeah, pretty pleased with how that did. I mean, that was really easy. See how the scent comes out? Might have to put like 300 drops each on there. I don't know. Again, trial and error. I've got a lot of scents to choose from. Got a lot more tallow. All right, candles. I did them too. They're actually starting to turn a little bit white.
Hello.
There's my full of herself daughter. What are you doing over here?
I am cooking supper.
What you cooking us tonight?
Some meatballs.
Where'd you get the meat?
From our freezer.
From our freezer. Who raised the meat?
We did.
Oh, nice. All right, I did some clean cotton, and these made some little smaller ones. And I did just regular wick. Let them dry, and then we'll clip those and have some more. Morning. Ignore the bed head and everything. Literally just hadn't been up very long. Got the kids sent off to school. Had a late night last night. One of our pipes had froze, and I had to thaw that out. But I wanted to show you guys the candles here the next day. So they do got to sit and kind of cure for about, it sounds like probably about a week if I want it to really do good. Apparently it like part of the scent fuses with the wax or the tallow. It fuses with it, and over several days it makes it smell better and have like I guess a stronger scent. So here is, you can see how good it turned out. This is dried, it's that good white color. These did the same. Got a little bit of a little like air pocket right there by the wick, but overall they're pretty good looking, man. I'm really tickled with these candles. You know, like I said, it's funny. I was telling my wife last night, I said, never in my life would I have thought like, man, I'm gonna make candles. That's just never something that I've even been remotely interested in. And like, honestly, in my younger teenage time, I would have made fun of that. Be like, make candles, man, I'm not doing that. But man, the aim of the game is making money. And candles are pretty high profit value. Just like a lot of this tallow, like the whipped tallow and the body lotions and stuff. I mean, we put out a post that we were gonna have that stuff, and I've had like an overwhelming response from people wanting lotion, body butters, and things like that. So you give the people what they want. It's kind of how I am. That's why I'm back right here, because people were like, man, we want to see what you're up to. We want to see what's going on at the farm store. So you get some candle making. I'll do a more in-depth video for those people that truly want to know how do you make candles. I feel like I got it down pretty good on that at least. So I'll do a more in-depth video showing y'all really what I did. I mean, I kind of showed you here, but the second batch, I like the scent. It's a lot stronger, which I put like 400 drops in there. Sounds like a lot, but when you look at the little jar of scent, it's not very much. So, yeah, guys, there you go. That was that day making candles, taking care of the chickens. And today is gonna be also brutally cold. We actually have a seed meeting today, going over some of the soybean, corn seed that I'll be using this year. But appreciate y'all tuning in. I do encourage you, if you enjoy what you see, then share it with your friends, hit that like button, hit subscribe. And guys, comment below. I mean, I'm serious, comment below. Let me know some things you'd like to see. With the farm store, we're getting into a lot of new territory. Now we feel like we're pretty solid on the sauerkraut. We know what we're doing there, but we're gonna show that process more. So you guys are gonna see a whole lot more. You're gonna see less of the row crop and more of that. You're still gonna see a lot of row crop because that is my day-to-day as well. So, but we're not in that season yet. So right now it's pretty much gonna be farm store stuff. But all right, guys, see y'all next time.